Hi guys, it's Monan here and welcome back to my channel. First things first, I would like you to please like, share, and subscribe. You can like by hitting the thumbs up button. Also, you can find me on Rumble on underneath Moanon, and it's just Mo Anon there. So let's get right to it. I should have closed some of these windows before we got started, but I'm going to do that now. So I have been following this only fans star Courtney Tailor, also goes by the name Courtney CLENNEY for some time. Back in August, it was she was accused of stabbing her boyfriend, or he was found stabbed to death, and people were saying that she did it. Now I have a couple of videos that I've done on it already, um and you can go watch those. But so uh OK Magazine is reporting that she has been charged with second-degree murder. Her family is calling for a life sentence. She is 26 years old. She's an OnlyFans model from Miami. Here's a picture of the two of them. Her boyfriend's name was Christian OBUMSELI. And from what I know so far, I'm going through this with you. I think she was just arrested potentially today. She is in Hawaii in rehab. Now, Clenny's attorney addressed Abumseli's family demands, and he stated, well, the family is grieving the loss and they want justice. Justice in this matter will be the acquittal of Courtney on all charges. Now, here's another picture of them. The lawyer claims to be taken aback that she was arrested while attending rehab in Hawaii for substance abuse and PTSD. I'm completely shocked, especially since we were cooperating with the investigation and offered to voluntarily surrender her if she were charged, the lawyer stated at the time. We look forward to clearing her name in court. So, in my other video that I did back in April, I did play a short clip of this video from TMZ. I will play a very short clip of it now. I have to watch out. This is credit to TMZ, but I do have it on my uh, channel as well. But night she was arrested. You can see her here. Basically sitting on the floor of the apartment. They lived together in a, I looked up the residence where they lived. It's a very pricey neighborhood. He was in business for himself. I was unable to determine what kind of business he was in. So I'm hoping that we learn more today as we journey through this together. So she's sitting there, she's covered in blood. She's not handcuffed, but she has her hands behind her back. It's on full screen. And the police, you can see, are there. Now, in my previous video, I had said that nothing was being released on the case because it was under the Baker Act. So what the Baker Act is, at the time, I didn't know. I went and looked it up. In the state of Florida, if you are being held because you are might be having mental issues, or we can read it together. Um, anyway, it's basically like an insanity plea, and all files kind of get closed off from the case. So most of this video is just her sitting there. The dog, I mean, that's kind of weird that the dog is just so chill like that. You can see that she turns around a little bit in the video. Very scantily clad. I'll just fast forward a little bit. She's talking to the police. More talking to the police. It's giving me a little of a flashback of after watching the AH trial for so long, what might have. I have no idea what's going on there. Maybe she's having a breathalyzer test. She's kissing the dog. So that's kind of weird that the cops would even let her kiss the dog. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but anyway, let's see these last. That looked kind of funky there for a minute. So it was all pretty chill situation. She was just sitting there covered in blood. Um, okay, so then breaking 911, OnlyFans models captured on video beating her boyfriend that she later murdered. Social media model Courtney CLENNEY has been charged with murder in the fatal stabbing of her live-in boyfriend. Now, after I was reading this, there were a friends group that gave an interview. They were split, saying that they had seen, I believe, her hit him, but they never saw him hit her. Um, and that she had kicked him out of the apartment. I believe she moved first from Austin to Miami and he moved afterwards. And he didn't have a key, so he was like loitering in downstairs of the apartment buildings at the time, like waiting to try to get into the apartment. This is what I remember reading. I will have to go searching to actually bring up the article. On Wednesday, April 10th at 9:30 a.m., a 26-year-old CLENNEY of Austin, Texas was arrested. So it happened on Wednesday in Hawaii. Members of the Hawaii State Police assisted and stood by while CLENNEY was taken into custody by the United States Marshal Service. She was arrested on an arrest warrant issued by Miami-Dade County for the offense of murder in the second degree with a deadly weapon. She will eventually be extradited to Florida. Miami-Dade State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle said in a news conference that OBUMSELI was the victim of domestic violence. So I guess there is a video here of her attacking him on the elevator. Let's see what goes on. Okay, they are getting into the elevator. So she does not want him in that elevator with her. She's hitting him. She's hitting him. So she's going at him. And he's not hitting her back. So I guess they need a key to get up to the floor. It looks like he put the key in and pressed the button. She does not want him in that elevator. He's telling her to stop. He's much bigger than she is. Telling her to stop. She's trying to hit him. He's laughing at her. She's trying to hit him again. He pushes him. What was that? Now, I have had an incident of domestic violence in my past, so I don't take everything at face value here just because we don't see him hitting her. He pushes her by the face, tells her to stop. She's still hitting him. I think it's important to realize that some people really just have relationships where this is the dynamic that goes on all the time. I think that also there are instances where women are just psycho, just like there are instances where men are psycho, right? The AP reported Fernandez Rendell characterized Christian Omuseli's April 3rd death at the Miami's couple as the culmination of a tempestuous and combative relationship that began in November 2020. She's kind of like both sides. Uh, the county medical examiner said in an autopsy report that OBUMSELI, who worked in cryptocurrency, died from a forceful downward thrust from a blade that went 3 inches into his chest, piercing a major artery. Now she also, um, she was a gym. She worked out a lot, so I don't think she was any weakling, even though, according to a arrest report, CLENNEY acknowledged killing OBUMSELI, but said she was acting in self-defense. She said that he had pushed her and thrown her to the floor, which prompted her to grab the knife and throw it from about 10 feet away. The medical examiner said his wound could not have been caused by a knife thrown from that distance. That sounds about right. Let's see what this is.
That is why I'm proud to have originally created Florida's first felony domestic violence.
I gotta make sure sharing my screen. Oh God, was I sharing before? Yeah, I was, right?
And have developed a basic prosecutorial approach aimed at combating domestic violence that is now used by prosecutors throughout the hearing. She will at that time have the option to either waive or contest extradition. It is our understanding that her lawyers have stated that she will waive extradition.
It's
Sure.
gonna waive
Courtney,
extradition, which
Courtney.
means she'll stay in Hawaii. I certainly hope that I was sharing during the rest of that time. So there are other, this New York Post says that she is agreeing to return to Florida to face murder charges. This U.S. Sun OnlyFans model should be jailed for life. Deserves life. Models chilling comments before killing her boyfriend. So they have the same report. Inside Instagram star Courtney CLENNEY's chilling post before killing boyfriend. Had posted multiple chilling messages in the days before allegedly killing her boyfriend by stabbing. CLENNEY, known on OnlyFans as Courtney Tailor, allegedly stabbed her boyfriend. We know that. Here we have more pictures. So she commented on the post partner in crime with a fire emoji. She was asked where she saw herself in 5 years, telling her followers she would like children and a few houses and a business. The influencer also appeared to be in the same outfit as seen in the shocking footage that TMC that we already saw. Now here's another clip of her when she was on this was weeks before she was on We Are Miami podcast. I knew that was going to happen. All right, we're not going to get the clip there. I'll try to get it. Let me try to get it. Let's see. What did I say the name of that podcast was? We in Miami. Okay. So here she is. It's a very long podcast, but
A Dropbox family plan.
she is
for a living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn.
Courtney Tailor, and I do OF for a living.
OnlyFans. You got like 1 million followers or something?
2 million.
Damn. You look like the type of girl that only dates like rich guys. Is that true?
No, that's not true. I only date black guys, especially black guys. Especially black guys. Let me clarify. I only date rich.
Okay,
black
rich
guys.
black guys. There we go. And you know.
so I don't know what this podcast was all about. Look at this guy. I always like to look at other people's faces.
So you know you're toxic.
So she is looking right now at how she looks in the camera, in case you're wondering.
Yeah.
You can tell she like black guys. It's like especially black. Do you like to be fully controlled or do you?
I like to be submissive. Pretty. Well, yeah, in the bedroom,
Yes.
but like in my life, I don't like anybody to tell me what to do.
Yeah, so you
So it's really interesting because if you go on her page, if she's 26 now, it was probably when she was 21, and most of her videos are workout videos, her day at the gym, what she's gonna eat for the day, that kind of thing. And she seemed very kind of sweet. It looks like she has changed a lot in a couple of years.
only want them to tell you what to do in the bedroom. Other than that, you don't want them to tell you anything.
Right. That's exactly it. Yes.
So that sounds like you're a control freak with your relationships.
So this is definitely probably going to be brought up as evidence, I would think.
Be careful with this one. She's gonna boss you around like
Exactly.
Sweet toxicity.
Tell me.
So you only date rich black guys. So like, have you ever dated like any politicians or only like rappers or athletes or what kind of black like rich black guy?
I mean, she's a very pretty girl. I don't know if I mentioned, I have a second video on my YouTube channel where she was spotted a few days later in a bar with her father having a cocktail. And someone came up to her and called her out and basically said, "You need to leave." It sounded like it was a black girl.
Guys?
No dope boys, no politicians.
Just strictly athletes.
I mean, well, you know, dabble here, dabble there, a
Yeah.
little bit.
So she's kind of,
Have you ever
I don't-
dated any celebrities?
Dated. Well, I mean, yes.
What celebrities have you dated?
Just like athlete, Jermichael Finley. But don't look him up. Don't look him up. Don't look him up because it's gonna make me look really bad.
How much do you make? Come off.
A lot.
Yeah.
so the whole time she's looking at herself in the camera, I do believe.
We make good money.
Like you make 6 figures a year.
Multiple,
yeah.
multiple six.
Ladies.
Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long.
6 minutes, please.
But I do want to show you the apartment complex that they would have lived in. Oh, here we have her being charged.
Well, the social media model accused of killing her boyfriend in Miami back in April, now in jail on a murder charge. Courtney CLENNEY was arrested in Hawaii. This is video from her first court appearance on Thursday. She says she acted in self-defense when she stabbed her boyfriend to death inside their apartment.
Okay, so she's going to claim domestic violence. Is what I'm thinking, but I'm trying to show you what their apartment complex looks like. Luxury apartment complex.
A violent death inside of this luxury high-rise in Edgewater. It's now getting a lot of national attention.
That's right. Miami police are telling NBC6 that someone stabbed that man to death in what they're calling a domestic dispute.
So here's him again.
The victim's friends say it was his girlfriend. And NBC6's Shanae Amar, she is live in Miami where the loved ones are now demanding some answers about all this. And yeah, it's made national news, Shanae.
So it's kind of a big deal, I think, because she did make a lot of money on OnlyFans. He had a lot of money himself.
It has. And, you know, the family and the friends really have two big questions. What exactly happened and why isn't she charged? Now, friends, of course, identified that person killed right here as 27-year-old Christian. Now, on Sunday, police discovered him stabbed inside his luxury high-rise. He later died at Ryder Trauma. Police are investigating the stabbing as domestic, who was then held under Florida's Baker Act law, meaning she was involuntarily placed in psychiatric hold. Friends say OBUMSELI moved to Edgewater from Texas with his girlfriend, and they can't believe how anyone wanted to hurt him of all people, and say they would have never guessed things would escalate to this point.
So you just never know, people speaking out. I guess we don't really need to see the luxury higher rises. I just like to look them up for my own. I like to see how people live. And they were just like floor to ceiling window type apartments. But
Police are planning a vigil in his honor at
when I was looking at them, is there was a bunch of them for rent or for lease in the area. And I was realizing it doesn't matter where you go, even if it's a luxury, they're cookie cutter copies of each other. So that is the latest. We have a bit here with the family speaking out.
We want our clients to know that we understand what they're going through. We are going to do whatever we can.
New development.
Found covered in blood. Look.
And so, Nicole and Louis, we just finished speaking with the family of Christian OBUMSELI. They just finished speaking with the you now, pivoting just a little bit back to the scene, that video that we actually got from TMZ showing a bloody 25-year-old Courtney CLENNEY, that Instagram star that you just mentioned there, moments after her boyfriend. This is right off of 7th Avenue. He was stabbed in the sides. Friends that were close to the couple say that their relationship, it was tumultuous, it was violent. Some say that she was the aggressor and that she suffers from mental illness. Now, a neighbor that we also spoke with this past week says that he was. We know CLENNEY in this instance,
So I forgot there was a neighbor that saw him smack her from the balcony.
He is claiming self-defense. She actually had to be Baker acted after being brought in for questioning because she was threatening to kill herself. We spoke with the victim's family again just a few moments ago. They tell us that there is just no way that OBUMSELI put his hands on her. Take a listen.
We finally told our 93-year-old grandmother that her grandson, who was expected to come home to Texas to visit for his 28th birthday, will no longer or ever be returning home.
Okay, so this is old footage. So she has finally been charged after all these months, is the breaking news. I will continue to follow this story as it goes. I wanted to see what TMZ has to say about it. One thing I will say though, in domestic violence cases, and I don't care what anybody says, if it's this one, if it's the one that we just got done watching, you're never going to know the whole story. A woman can be getting beat up by a man and nobody in the world will know it, or vice versa. Friends and family, like sometimes in cases like this, they might fight out in public. But there are very many cases where even it doesn't matter the class level, the income level, or anything. There are many cases where it all goes on behind closed doors, and it is a case where, if you tell anybody about this, I am going to kill you. And the way it works mentally is that it gets the person in such a mental state that they actually believe it. It's very hard to explain. So I don't know that this is the case in this, but I'm saying that we're probably not going to get the full story. Like, I 100% could believe that his family would think he could never ever do something like that, when in reality he could. Or they may know, that if he has a history of girlfriends saying if this has happened, they may know, or they might not. You just never know. I just want to
We have to tell everyone that we just switched to Verizon's new Welcome Unlimited plan for just
for a minute. Cops are not releasing the woman's name. This is a very old video, but I believe
$30.
it is showing some of her Instagram posts. Let's see, just out of curiosity. Then I'm going to end this video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe.
Where do I see myself in 5 years? That's a good question. Okay. I see myself with say 2 children. I would say at least 1 kid. In like 5 years, I want 1 kid. Should I have a daughter or a son? I want like a kid. A few houses. Business going on. Maybe, probably not OF, but we'll see.
She seems a little immature, but anyway, we're going to leave it there for now. Stay tuned. I'll update as things change. Thanks for watching. You can follow me on Rumble, on Moanon, MOEANON, also on BitChute. If you'd like to drop a tip, links are in the description box. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.